Hi guys, it's Simone. Um, Today I want to talk about when you realize that God is everywhere, everything changes. I mean, everything. We're so caught up in just being in this physical presence. Everything is physical, of course, from our own interpretation currently. However, without even realizing that everything began in the spirit realm first. And what I mean by that is everything began in heaven. As it is in heaven, so it is on earth. So God created everything. Everything. Me, you, even when we create, that is God energy working through us because God created us. He created us in his image. So I just love, going about life and, being in nature. When I interact with people, when I talk to people, um, when I when I see animals, it doesn't even have to be a dog or a cat, or it could be as simple as like a bumblebee or a lizard, or just seeing the role that everything has in this life. Everything has a role, everything has a place, whether people find their place in this world or not, but everything has a role. And when I've realized that God is everywhere, especially in nature, and we are a part of nature, we are a part of this I don't want to say triangle or pyramid, but like when we learned in school about the food pyramid, same within nature, like the animal kingdom, all these things, is that everything has its own place, but no matter what, it's created by God. So I mean, there are even certain things that like we don't even fully interpret or understand, especially like for me when it comes to FaceTime. I'm like, how am I talking to you through a phone and you can see me and I can see you, and the energy reached all the way over there and it's bouncing back over here, so now we're talking right here. I mean, think about that. That is God. Like, these are things that we can't even fully conceptualize with our normal brain, our human brain, but understanding that God is everywhere, God is everything, and that's how certain things have been made possible for us to do. Um, so for me, when I realize that God is everywhere, it helps me operate more from a state of love, from a state of compassion, from a state of empathy. And I can't be hypocritical and say that I don't get irritated or angry or, you know, judge, because those are normal emotions that we go through. However, when you become self-aware a little bit, you have to reel yourself back in so that you don't stay in these negative emotions, because they're always temporary. So being able to be self-aware allows you to let go of negative emotions that may be holding you down, or a lack mindset that may be bringing you away from the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that we are all one. We have all been created within God's image. And, we've been put on this earth to unite, to help each other, um, to bring change, to spread love, because God is love. If God is everything, you have to love everything. You have to, because God is love. If you love God, you have to love everything, no matter how people may treat you, no matter how you may want to respond, no matter how you may feel. You have to be able to operate from self-awareness and let certain negative lack feelings go, because operating in love is the best. And I'm not saying you're not going to go through hiccups, you're not going to go through those emotions, but like I said, everything is temporary. So when you realize that God is everywhere, I mean, you treat people differently. You treat nature with more respect. You treat people with more respect. You treat your family with more respect. You're able to let go of grudges, and realizing that this time that you have on earth is so precious, and that you don't want to take it for granted, because we're always wanting, no matter what you may think, we're always wanting to get to the next step. So while you are, maybe taking life for granted, there are people that just want another day to live, or they're in sickness, and they want to be where you are. So just allowing yourself to be grateful. And gratitude is, I made a video about this, but gratitude leads to success. Gratitude is the best feeling to ever operate in, ever, because, you know, even when you are operating from wanting, and you know, you want to level up, you want to get to a certain space, you're still appreciating what's in front of you. And I think as long as you do that, that's important. But God is everywhere, and it's so beautiful to see that, you know, everything has been created just from, I mean, we didn't even see the process, or we can't even remember the process because we're all one, but, and we come from the Almighty, but we just like are experiencing it, you know? Every time I go outside and I just breathe in the crisp air, I'm just so grateful to be able to be using my lungs to just breathe and enjoy life, and using my eyes to see and take in the people that are in front of me, and take in the things that I'm doing and enjoying and creating, and just being able to use my creativity, because I know that God created us, and God creates all the time and creates everything. So when I create, I feel so connected to life in general. I'm saying a lot, sorry. But God is everywhere, and it's so beautiful. And honestly, when I talk about it, it makes me emotional. But yeah, so that's my video for today.